I don't know if this is the first time we've ever covered a indie and direct mashup, but here it is.
I think this is the first time it actually has happened.
Yeah.
The first back-to-back showcase Nintendo has done.
Basically, they zip-tied a Nindy to a Nintendo Direct partner showcase, and yes, they did make extra careful to note that no titles for the Nintendo Switch's successor will be shown here, Patrick.
They've been doing that a lot lately because they did it when they were showing like the mini preview of the museum as well.
I need to get around to seeing that direct. I hear it was a pretty good one.
With more indie games headed to the Nintendo
It was.
System.
From what I've seen, yeah, that museum does look pretty
So
awesome.
here's the big question of all: can we finally get news about Silksong?
I wonder. I honestly do. I mean, I'm not even really a Hollow Knight.
This is Balatro. Okay.
Oh, with The
So we got
Witcher.
crossover event. Okay.
I'm not
sure.
really a fan of either series, but good for the fans of it.
Balatro is basically a roguelike poker game. It's very weird. Oh, also Vampire Survivors. We can mention in the past. But Vampire Survivors is actually a game developed by Italians, by the way.
Huh.
Yeah. Is it good?
It's fun. It's, mindless fun. There are actually a couple of inside jokes that are, Oh, Dave the Diver. A couple of inside jokes that are basically Italian themed.
Ah, Dave the Diver. That's absolute winner of an indie game.
Oh, I know, of course, Among Us.
Boy, so I guess Balatro is going to become the crossover royale of indie. But
hey, I know that music. It was done in the Andrew Steven collection.
Among Us itself has a good track record for crossovers.
So
I'm more surprised that there hasn't been a crossover yet with stuff like Inscription. That one is card-based themed.
So I'm guessing the crossover element is, hey, here are these characters as card suits, basically.
Yeah, cosmetic, basically, from what I understand.
Like I was saying with Silksong, I'm not even a fan of that franchise, but dude, even I'm aware of how long it's taken.
I think, we have seen this in a previous event. This is the one with the wolf with the reindeer horns. I guess it's supposed to be a Kirin, potentially.
Como quienes nos protegen, eventualmente necesitarán nuestro cariño y cuidados también. Estamos encantados de poder compartir las últimas novedades del
How
juego
accurate is
y
that
esperamos que os
translation,
unáis a Alba y
Gio?
Neva en su aventura en
My Spanish is still rough, and I was thinking about Spanish people that they manage to talk very fast, so I will have to re-listen it.
From the creator of Gris.
Yeah, again, we have seen this in previous trailer. I guess it's close to release.
It looks nice. That's all I can really say.
I mean, if it's anything like Gris, it'll also just be a good game in general.
Fair point. It definitely has a unique art style for an indie game. It's sort of got a bit of a pseudo 2D animated
October
style.
15. Man, everything is coming out in October.
Right.
While 2D based, I get the idea a big inspiration was Ori in the Blind Forest, potentially.
Creep and crawl your way up the corporate ladder of a bizarre insect megacorp that's buzzing with mysteries. In this surreal RPG, you'll take on the role of Moth Cubit, an ordinary employee who's recently received a promotion.
So you're a bug and you're a cubicle worker.
The threat of a mysterious event known as the final process is looming. Can Moth and his fellow bugs save the
Sounds very Octo expansion.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Investigate the cramped cubicle
Get out of there, it's not worth it.
You'll befriend bugs from all walks of life.
Things people will do for a
story that's
paycheck.
interwoven with moths.
Not everyone will be friendly, though. Take on enemies in verbal showdowns with multiple dialogue choices.
Oh
and be
god,
sure to
an
bring the
RPG
fighting
where you
words.
hurl insults at each
Well,
other
they
to
seem
wear
to
them
be
down.
juggling different, gameplay styles. There was also a Ribbon game before.
So experiment and see
Also a
what
paint
happens.
claw mini game,
Moth Cubit
okay.
buzzes onto Nintendo Switch next spring.
Also,
Pretty
hurling
next, yeah.
insults at people kind of is how Investigations 2 seems to work.
Yes. Especially, oh, did you get to one of the chess battles?
With our much missed.
Yes, that is in the demo.
Beautiful.
We created Coffee Talk and Coffee Talk Episode 2.
Hey everyone, I'm Anna Winterstein, a game designer and a writer. I was the co-writer of Coffee Talk, Hibiscus and Butterfly, alongside Junkie at Toge.
Hi, I'm Kentaro Ogawa.
I love this
a writer
particular
and
series.
English to Japanese games translator.
What's the
I had the
premise?
privilege to work on
I think Valhalla.
Today, we are thrilled to announce
Bartender.
that we're partnering with Chorus to expand
You always wanted your coffee shop AU.
Yes. No, this is your coffee shop AU, yes.
Yeah, coffee shop AU of Valhalla. Beautiful.
Also, this presentation, what is this, the Brady Bunch?
It is giving me that vibe.
Coffee Talk Tokyo.
Oh, Coffee Talk Tokyo.
Tokyo
But in case you
2025.
don't know, Valhalla, Kiyoshi said it's a bartender simulator, but it has a cyberpunk theme to it.
Okay.
And
So,
I guess this one wants to, reflect that partially too.
basically, coffee bartender simulator.
Listen to the clients and everything.
If you like people watching or like just listening to people's problems, it's this.
Beautiful.
Although this one, because I'm the only one who watched this earlier, it seems like it's going for some of a more cultural thing.
I guess, make use of the setting of Tokyo.
Yeah, that guy on the left is clear supposed to be a cup, for example.
Because the other two games are basically like fantasy America.
And I'm guessing.
So instead they did this.
I'm guessing that girl was meant to be a kitsune.
Possibly.
Alright.
A Neko.
Hi there. Okay. Next.
Let's
That
check
looked
out some
cute, I
upcoming
guess.
downloadable content that will take you to new and unexpected places.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, you don't say.
Oh, is this Seal Stars? Yeah, there it is.
Rose of the Watchmaker
Gear up for a journey full
DLC.
of oddities and wonders in which Valir and Zale will have to play by new rules to put a stop to a cursed carnival.
Zale will transform into a skillful juggler, while Valir will dazzle as an acrobat. Together with new playable character Artie, they'll explore new areas and battle through dangerous dungeons in their quest to save the world of Orlage.
A malevolent spectacle awaits when this
Phantom Train.
But can you suplex it?
Yeah, like, come on, you gotta give us the character who can suplex that to make it complete.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, what the? Shrek?
Oh, it's Power Wash Simulator!
Wait! Wait. Power Wash Simulator is considered an indie game?
It's part of the Square Enix Collective initiative, which is kind of similar to the one that EA has.
Ah.
I would have to say, the PS4 version of the game is not particularly super optimized, so I dread to imagine how the Switch version is.
So, this is our first return of Shrek Media in ages. Power Wash.
Power Simulator has had a couple of different crossovers for DLCs, stuff like Back to the Future or SpongeBob, so this is not too surprising.
And I'm Toby.
Oh, hi.
Our team has been working on a new game called Morsels. You play as a mouse fighting against the forces of wicked cats, using magical cards to transform into a bunch of weird little monsters.
Go on.
It's
Also,
challenging roguelike set in a grungy
cat behind is
musical world.
clearly very confused or wants to sleep.
I didn't notice them.
You didn't notice the cat? Wow!
No.
Slightly camouflaging with the sack he's resting.
Helping people play Morsels, they enjoy the frenetic action, but are also charmed by the game's personality. Please enjoy the first ever trailer for...
Why are they always gonna stop cleaning themselves in front of other people?
Because they want to look their best. Even if it means they're doing the grooming
Oh, it's
literally
published by
with them.
Annapurna. Okay.
Furcula. Oh my.
That's the name of the Steam, as we will showcase before.
Okay, that route's been doing too much smoke. In fact, everything in this world looks high as a kite.
And very goopy.
So the rat becomes, I guess, a dust cloud, a flea, which is probably a bad idea with a pigeon nearby.
And a piece of shit.
Love them. Yum yum.
Hey, I can definitely see that part of the inspiration of this instead was the Binding of Isaac.
Oh yeah, Binding of Isaac really brought in a new era of, let's say imitators. Well, maybe not imitators, but it definitely gave influence to games of that similar stature.
Well, not necessarily. It was more the case about, you know, in this case, the aesthetic, the idea of, you know, using intentionally very gross themes, but just managing to make it work via the gameplay, because the first Binding of Isaac is basically a shooter version of the original Legend of Zelda, so it's nothing really new.
Oh yeah, I get that, but like, you know, the aesthetic style.
This.
Hello.
And that's especially true for this next game.
That's
Wait,
right.
I remember I saw a character being cosplayed for this.
Turn into eligible love interests in date
That
everything.
first girl we
A
saw.
game
Date
you can,
everything.
in fact, date
Wait,
pretty much
what do you mean by everything?
All the furniture in your house.
Oh, is this another, you know, game that's trying to chase the weirdness of a thoughtful boyfriend?
Wait, so is this like what? Wait. So you're telling me that everything in our house can turn into a hunk or absolute goddess, essentially, that we can date?
I think I'll pass on Doug.
Yeah.
Can I fall in
Wait,
love with
is
the
Doug literally the toilet?
The lamp is all mine. But did you know that you could even date the game itself? Why don't
What?
I introduce you to Textbox Charm?
What?
Engage in flirtatious branching dialogue with these fully voiced characters.
Okay, Monica.
I don't know. This looks great.
Okay, Monica, quit messing with the programming. I'm not gonna date you.
Bring your best dating game because your choices could result
Of course, a
not just in
cat.
love, but
The
also
cat
in
clock,
friendship.
like the
Or
one
even
from
disdain.
Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh god, the trash can thinks we're cheating on her with the clock. Wait a minute. Trash can. Does that mean your wife was literally trash?
Hi, I'm Sierra,
I guess.
lead artist on Peglin.
And I'm Dylan.
Okay,
Designer
well,
of
they
Peglin
finally
and the
did
founder
it.
of Red Nexus
They made a
Games.
game where I can
The two of
date
us
my
created the
bed.
first version of Peglin at a game jam in 2019. The theme of the jam was fall.
What's the one called where like
We ended up creating the first version
all
of
the
Peglin's
swords are
Battles.
romantic interests?
When the pandemic
I don't know about it.
Yeah.
The one that I remember was Namco High, which had a bunch of characters from old Namco
We then
games
added two of our
as
friends
dateable
to help speed up
option.
development,
Huh.
and now 4 years later, we're a team of 7, and we're excited to bring
Remember there
Peglin
being
to
some
Nintendo
dating
Switch.
pirate sim game on
The
Steam I
dragons
saw.
have been stealing your gold for as long as you can remember. It's time to delve into the heart of their lair and exact your revenge with the power of pegs.
I'm sorry.
This is a mixture between RPG and pachinko, I guess. Well,
It's been on Steam for some time.
And a bit of Arkanoid. Yeah, they did mention in the interview that they're just basically porting this to the Switch.
Bounce your way to victory with a variety of different orbs. Some can split into multiple copies. Others will pierce both pegs and enemies. And some will even heal you for every peg you hit.
One of those ball shooter games.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems unique enough.
Help you unlock the creative
Yeah.
power of your orbs and more. With careful planning and aiming, you can create some spectacular combos.
Relics will radically change your game too. Equip these rare passive power-ups to prevent lethal damage or turn pegs into bombs. Just to name a few. Each run presents new opportunities for possible combinations.
Teach those dragons a lesson when Peglin bounces onto Nintendo Switch as a timed console exclusive later today.
Oh, today.
Ah, Shadow dropped.
Wobbly Island.
Hello, Nintendo players. Okay.
Hi, weird minions.
Get a job.
Get a job.
Buy a house. Yes, it's like real life.
Except for the buying the house part.
Yeah. And you can dress as anything you want to be, it seems. Of course, there's online co-op play, pets and whatnot. Wobbly Life.
December this year. Yeah, this one doesn't really tell me anything.
So, if I can understand correctly, it's like...
I think I saw this one instead.
Great so far. Hey, careful! There's a Andrew!
Oops. Let's try this again. Scoot, scoot.
I like these kinds of things.
The one where you connect chain together.
Let's grab it.
Hey, don't jump on my
Yeah, I think I saw this played by someone that I followed.
That Wobbly Life game feels like Octodad the Life Sim for me.
We make a great team. Now
I can
let's
see
try
that.
With 8 players.
Oh boy! As you can
Look
see,
at that!
Yeah,
It's kind of
definitely
like
seen
the
it
Box
before.
Boy sort of
this
stuff.
puzzle platformer.
Yeah. Oh, it's a sequel,
Players
Pico
need to
Park.
work together
Because again,
to
yeah, like you
navigate
said, I did
levels
saw
full of
definitely this
ledges,
specific gameplay and aesthetic
and other
by
obstacles.
a bunch of
Use
YouTubers
strategic
that I
steps,
follow because it's the kind of game that
and
works for
puzzle-solving
streamer
skills to
bait,
find all the
you know,
keys and
for
reach
fucking
every
around.
level's exit.
Basically,
There are more than 60
teamwork is the
levels, and
key.
each one can be completed no matter how many players you have on your side.
Think it'll be a walk in the park? Think again. Even greater challenges await in dark mode, where your skills.
Oh my god,
and
that
your
was
friendships
a
will be
Kaiser
put to
trap.
the ultimate
Oh,
test.
Jesus.
It reminds me of that, what is it called, Cat Mario? The Mario, the Kaiser Mario clone where he plays a white cat.
Later today.
I saw that, and I saw people have breakdowns over it.
Yes, it is
That-
definitely that.
Is it worse than Kaiser Mario?
Well, it's kind of one of the progenitors. Oh, Shovel Knight. Next year.
If I had a nickel for every time Shovel Knight has managed to show up at one of these things with an update, change, or addition... Oh, Europa.
Yeah, we saw this in a previous direct, if I recall correctly, or a state of play.
It looks like a Studio Ghibli take on Breath of the Wild. And I don't mean that in a bad way.
You did mention that. Cuisinier. I guess it's one of those, you know, dungeon crawling to collect the ingredients and then you know, hold the restaurant.
On your tail.
On your tail. Okay, then. I can see definitely where the priorities of the developer were.
Like, damn!
I think that one's been showed off before too.
Metal
Metal
Slug
Slug
Tactics.
Tactics. Oh, the Plucky Squire. This one has been in development for a long time.
Oh yeah, I remember when we first heard about that one.
Okay, that's all for today's show. Hey, where'd you get that pizza?
Oh snap, pizza!
Of course.
Deji was very happy about
Pizza
this.
time.
Yeah, baby! Possibly,
Peak is coming to the Switch.
possibly one of the best platforming love letters to platformers in general, but most specifically the Wario Land series. And yet, they still need to get that Tobey Maguire meme in there somehow.
I did see that Deji downloaded it immediately.
Oh, I guess
Oh, it's out
today,
already.
then.
Yes. At least digitally.
Oh, is it getting a physical release?
Yes, by Fangamer, and not the other one.
I was about to say,
Ow!
the Monkey's Paw is another limited run game. So
Wow.
No.
I'm kind of amazed limited run games didn't get their claws on this one too.
Oh, there you go. Later today. Okay then.
Well, you know, if that's how they end the indie section of this, that's a pretty good game to end it on.
As always, a big thank you to our indie community.
But yeah, just to
and
elaborate
partners
for a
making
bit,
games
Joe,
for
but
Nintendo Switch.
Power Simulator is part of that indie program for Square Enix, which has produced a couple of titles, not that much, but this is the one that really stood out among the others. So essentially, Square is still backing up the project, but it's allowing creative freedom for them. This is why it's having all these different, crossover DLCs.
Interesting. So an indie game technically is canonical to the 7 franchise.
And also Tomb Raider, apparently.
Wow. What? Wait.
More on that another time.
Yeah. Alright, well, that was not a bad indie direct. Now let's look at the director partner showcase part.
Which is mostly third party, if I understand.
Yeah, that's usually the case with partner showcases. I can't recall them ever doing anything bigger than third party in a partner showcase.
There was one that ended with the ocean game at the end. Forgot the name.
Tetris?
Oh, is this Tetris? Yeah, definitely Tetris.
I still can't believe I live in a world where Tetris actually is one of the better video game movies these days.
I haven't seen anything about it.
Yeah, the Tetris movie was surprisingly good.
Chain combos using explosions in Tetris 2 plus Bombless.
Oh, is this going to be the Tetris collection?
It's a Tetris collection. Huh.
Tetris Battle Guided.
This looks like this one might be one of the most comprehensive Tetris collections there is.
Shown here.
Okay.
In addition, enjoy the brand new Tetris Time Warp, where you'll jump between gameplay styles from across
the God.
It's Tetris Generations, baby.
You can also watch new documentary clips about the history of Tetris.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
Tetris Forever.
Tetris Forever. Oh, but this is all Eclipse. I guess that's what they're doing. Cool.
Plus, the
that looks
NES
nice.
version of Tetris is coming to Nintendo Switch
I mean, I guess it's a good
Wait,
excuse.
it wasn't already?
That actually legit surprises me.
And be on the lookout for a Tetris
Hey, Tetris 99!
The 99 game that is still standing.
I still play it.
I don't know what this one is.
Journey to the galaxy's depths in this high-speed sci-fi adventure. After receiving a mysterious
Star Overdrive. No, I haven't heard of it.
Massive alien world to reunite with your beloved. Ride the stylish hoverboard to explore stunning landscapes filled with all sorts
I'm
of
getting
alien
Sonic
structures,
Frontiers vibes from this.
scorching sands to wavy waters.
It reminds me instead more of Xenoblade Chronicles, just with a mobility component rather than being an RPG.
And frenetic melee combat.
As much as I like how Sonic Frontiers looks, I think it would look a lot better if it was this colorful.
Also, that performance, jeez.
Depends on the console. Granted, I play it on PC, so I haven't really noticed any problems, but if you're talking about the Switch version, yeah.
I'm talking about this one.
Oh, this.
Leave no stone unturned.
Yeah, see, there's a little bit of...
I do wonder if it's a case where they're just waiting for the Switch successor to also make it announced.
It really does feel like we're at that point of the console where Nintendo are holding off a lot of their big guns for the Switch successor. Goat Simulator? Wait, hold on. I thought Goat Simulator was an indie game.
I don't know.
Like,
God. Okay. Oh.
Whoa.
Wow. Yeah, no, this one is definitely a bad port. Holy shit.
Like, I wonder if that's just how the game being quirky, because otherwise, I mean, I guess...
No, I'm talking about the graphics. You can definitely tell the graphics and the performance and graphic. It really is a bit of a downgrade.
Oh, I get that.
Again, I can imagine people want to play it, on the go, and the console of their existence. But I don't know, these kind of games don't really have much of a requirement for PC.
I will say, I have noticed some cases where, despite some games looking like they'll function rough in the trailers, the actual products do at least function with a stable frame rate. God.
Oh, later today.
Is it really only the third one?
Well, because we did all of expansions for the first one, if I recall correctly, so that's why we're only at the third.
Here's a rapid-fire mix of first reveals
and
game updates coming to Nintendo Switch.
All right, bring them on. Oh, Legend of Hero, Trails in the Sky, the first.
Oh, it's a remake of Trails in the Sky.
That, I believe, is a big deal. Star Wars Hunter.
It's a mobile team shooter game. Basically, they're making a basic port of that. I heard decent things about it.
Stalker, Legends of the Zone trilogy.
compilation of the old games, so that's to be expected. Or oh, Worms! Oh, it's a re-release of Armageddon. Okay.
I'm not as familiar with that franchise.
It's relatively simple, you know, shoot to each other. Oh, Disney Dreamlight Valley. Oh, it's a new event.
Make Bikini
Oh, great, more SpongeBob games.
Are we about to get a SpongeBob Life Sims game?
Is this SpongeBob?
Patrick.
No, this is Patrick.
Okay. Oh, it's a Patrick Starfield game.
Physics-based sandbox adventure.
A
Still gone by Purple Lamp, because I can tell that the assets seems to be the same of Battle for Bikini Bottom, Rehydrated, and Cosmic Shake.
Or even blowing off steam in Mrs. Puff's rage room.
So I guess I was actually onto something when I thought it might be a Life Sim game.
It's giving me hit and run vibes, to be honest.
Oh my.
Also, just to mention, the Legend of Heroes series franchise has been going on for a very long time, and Transient Sky was one of the first that actually was localized, so I guess it has a significance for Neon Falcon.
I could see that being the case, yeah.
I guess, however, the translations has always been hit and miss, especially when Miss America took over, so I don't have a lot of faith in what the end result for us will be.
Since when did Mrs. Puff get a rage room? I mean, I'm not surprised, but when did she get that?
Given the reveal that she's a
Oh, is this a Switch version of Wii Fit Trainer? No, definitely not. Fitness Boxing 3. That is a first party.
Is it? Or is it a
yeah,
second
it mentioned
party?
Nintendo. Okay, technically second party, but it is published by Nintendo, it's not a third party title.
Well, granted, if it's second party, they may consider that a partner. I'm guessing partner may be just anything that's not first party. But anyway, Shuri, given ever since the reveal that Mrs. Puff was apparently the toughest one at the Tough Tavern in that episode where we finally get to see what it's actually like inside there, I'm guessing she has a bit of rage issues herself to work off.
Yeah.
Maybe one more time.
Also, Ghostbusters, holy cow.
Plus, you can change their hairstyles.
So you can basically make your personal, fit trainer to be your personal significant other by the looks of those customization
I mean, I
belts.
guess it helps with the motivation.
Oh, snap! Are we getting...
I guess it's a port of Capcom versus SNK Chaos. So I go along the... Oh, wait, no, it's...
Oh, snap! Another Capcom fighting collection!
Here's the complete roster of games.
Alright, what you got? Capcom versus SNK.
Okay.
Capcom versus SNK2.
Okay.
2001. Project Justice.
Oh, the Rebel School sequel on the Dreamcast.
Never got around to playing that, so okay.
This
Capcom
one
Fighting
evil.
Evolution.
Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper.
Shouldn't you save that for a Street Fighter collection?
Oh, this is the Star Gladiator sequel on the Dreamcast.
Oh my god, Power Stone! They actually remembered Power Stone 2! Holy cow, that is like the most recognition.
Oh, wait.
What?
Each game has its own
So we're having the sequels to Rebel Schools and Star Gladiator, but not the first titles of them.
That's
You
weird.
can also visit the museum to enjoy artwork.
That's very weird, actually.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I will still take this because out of the dream, these games were restocked just on the Dreamcast, so, you know.
Is the idea
yeah,
that
there's the Marvel... Man, Capcom really is actually on a roll when re-releasing their fighting games now.
Is the idea that those sequels are basically the first games just beefed
No,
up?
no, not at all, because both in terms of Plasma Sword and Project Justice, they have stories that are direct sequels to the ones of the first games.
Okay, then I have no idea why they would leave those out, unless they're saving them for some other collection.
Possible.
Which would be weird since, you know, you're...
What is this?
friends, collect countless memories as they move through life.
Generic RPG, you know, mentioning. Oh god, also this frame rate.
Yeah, a couple of the games in like this half of the showcase are a little they need smoothing out.
Like, and granted, maybe they will polish them up. Hopefully.
I genuinely hope that the Switch successor does like the equivalent of the PS4 to PS5 and all the games are playable just in a smoother way.
I will
hope
legit
so.
be shocked if it doesn't. But yeah, no, still not sure what this is. Of course, the godly being who thinks we don't know our place, so he's gotta put us in it only for us to beat him.
But it seems we only play as one character, I guess this warrior. Oh, Atelier? Okay. This is weird.
Well, there you go.
Forward to the newest entry in the Atelier series.
Oh, sorry, Atelier. That's how they pronounce it.
Let's see some more
Fancy.
There's some French.
Adventures and allies await in these Nintendo Switch games. HD remasters of the first two.
Oh, finally!
Suikoden, there you go.
This has been delayed for a while, so.
108 allies in these turn-based RPGs.
Yeah, that's what basically the point. Kind of like in Ni no Kuni 2, you gather a fuck ton of party members you can choose between them. Each of them with their own backstory, you know, and goals.
I'm definitely seeing a recurring thing with remasters and remakes. Which,
Also,
hey, you know, good
this
one.
initial duology is one of the best villains I've ever seen in RPG.
Oh, really? How so?
Oh, Jova, don't worry, I'll plan to record this eventually, you'll see. Oh, Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D.
I think we sold this one featured before too,
Yes.
like very early on.
With the new Monster Wrangler vocation.
I will say I do like that because the Switch has been on its way out for some time. I like that they're filling the void with remakes. It's like it's nice to fill that space for that.
It's a good gap end, and it's also something that's easy to justify making available on the next console, basically.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, the
Castlevania!
Castlevania DS games! Wait, okay. This I have to know about, because the DS games, you know, in true tradition require you to use the touchscreen.
Hey, wait a minute,
particularly Order of Ecclesia, so I have no idea how...
Haunted Castle?
Your arcade game that Johnny reviewed.
Also, you're really gonna have Dawn of Sorrow, but not Aria of Sorrow?
That one was in the previous collection, Jova.
Oh.
The GBA one.
Fair enough.
Oh, it's available now.
Build something you believe in.
There's a lot of, there's quite a few shadow drops today.
Series returns with Sid Meier's Civilization.
Oh,
Speaking of life sims, yeah.
Many legendary historical figures, including newly added leaders such as Queen Himiko. Friendship is her strength, and she can initiate diplomatic endeavors that help you research new technologies.
Surely she won't nuke us like Gandhi.
Establish your empire.
Oh, that was just once.
Or cooperate with
One time he will never live down, sadly.
Through history by choosing different.
I've been on the loop for a while. Let me check if they ever had a Welsh civilization.
Japan, known for its scientific strength and military force. Plus, you and your friends can see your kingdoms collide in online or local play. Can you create an empire that stands the test of time? Turn the page on a revolutionary new chapter when Sid Meier's Civilization 7 launches on the Nintendo Switch system February 11th.
Yeah, so they've been a thing since Civilization 5.
On Nintendo eShop.
Very nice.
Oh, well, mostly for mods. Oh.
Bonds transcend time.
Celebrate the 30th anniversary.
Oh, Tales of Graces!
The remaster of the action RPG.
Tales of Graces F remastered.
That's the thing. The leak that happened a few weeks ago was about Tales of Xillia. So I guess everyone was expecting that instead. Still, this confirms what I was thinking, that yeah, Bandai Namco is basically going the slightly greedy route of remastering these titles one by one instead of having collections.
Are these remasters at least, you know, substantial enough remasters, or is it basically...
Well, I'm hoping so. One of the things about Grace's Epic, even on the PS3, was not having a great performance, so hopefully this is multi-plat, which I'm guessing it is. I'm guessing the PC version will actually be at least 60 frames.
If it works out, I'll get this one.
Also, on the PS3, this was still only translated in English, German, and French, so I can only hope, you know, they complete with the two remaining multi-file language for this version. Oh, January next year.
Cozy adventures ahead.
Cozy bundle.
My Sims.
Oh, My Sims. I guess EA still remembers this.
I don't know if these are remakes or something, but I remember the first one being a DS game.
I don't remember these. Like, I never actually bothered with these.
Basically...
I did, but I could never get into it.
It seems like The Sims for kiddies.
It's essentially bite-sized Sims, yeah.
It looks cute. Teehee haha.
I'll be glad they're not like the actual Sims that they have their own made-up language.
Fair enough.
November 19.
My Sims and My Sims games. Oh, hey FNAF.
It's a FNAF.
Think you've got what
And this looks like it might be Ruin. Oh wait, no, Help Wanted
Help
too.
Wanted too.
I mean, I've at least heard Help Wanted isn't actually that bad.
As the newest employee of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, you'll have plenty of job duties, such as helping performers prep for a show in the Pizzaplex salon, getting high scores by playing nostalgic arcade minigames, and hopping on attractions like a log ride. Sounds easy enough, right? But you'll be doing all of this while avoiding animatronic atrocities along the way. Become a Fazbear Entertainment superstar in 5 Nights at Freddy's. Help
Or I could just not work
launching
there.
on Nintendo Switch this holiday. And
But that wouldn't be fun now, would it, Joy?
Pizzaplex, help Cassie
there's
and
Ruin
escape
now.
the ruins in this free story DLC for 5 Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, launching on Nintendo Switch this holiday. Let's check out some Nintendo Switch games launching in time for the holidays.
Just
Oh,
Dance, Lego.
I also noticed the... Oh, Happy Mickey.
Yeah, I hear that remake's looking pretty nice.
There's the Hobbit game, Tales of the Shire. Basically, Hobbit Life Simulator.
Lord of the Rings, Animal Crossing Edition.
There's Just Dance.
As much of a regular as Shovel Knight.
Funko Fusion.
Yeah, again, I'm still not impressed by this, so sorry.
No.
Never have gotten the appeals of Funko. EA
The not
Sports.
FIFA.
Jesus. Horizon Zero Dawn, but remade with Legos.
What is this?
Not what I expected it would be, actually.
2 dragons fighting. Well, it's probably not Fire
This
Emblem.
another Hoyo versus title.
Welcome to the eastern nation of Azuma.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is another Genshin Impact expansion.
Energy sources known as runes cease
Oh,
to
Rune Factory.
marvelous.
Okay, my bad.
In this fresh take on the Rune Factory series, step into
Yeah.
A cozy game
adventure that
for
never
weebs.
before.
Then what was up with that whole dragons dueling each other in the sky sword battle
Premise, I
thing?
suppose. I admit, I'm not too into into the franchise to know the intricacies of the lore.
It's neat, Rune Factory farming sim, I guess.
I think they're self-contained.
Restore this once fruitful
But no,
region
seriously,
to
what was up with the
cultivate
dragon battle at the start, or was that just
like
to
I
keep
said,
us
Jova,
guessing?
probably just probably the initial premise, what causes this. Most of these, farming games with a higher stakes component usually have that as the premise, and you have to restore the land.
Monsters may lie in wait.
By farming. Okay.
Harness your Earth Dancer abilities to confront them. And
to be fair, it's not too different from the premise of some gacha games where, oh, the land has been destroyed, restored bit by summoning its citizens and all that by cultivating the land.
Community around you and deepen your relationships to
I want to try at least one Rune Factory game.
Who knows? A wedding could even be on the horizon.
Oh, wow! For all your hard work, you can even get married.
Series
Oh, no, Jova. Farming and life sims are poorly disguised dating sims.
Yes,
you know what, that would not surprise me. Especially since this is made by Marvel. It's the same company who technically owns School Days. Well, they own Overflow anyway. Wait, Yakuza?
Immerse yourself in the story that's
and it actually looks like it's running relatively fine, too.
They should have started with 0, admittedly. It's a better jumping point for people.
Like, and I get it, technically Kiwami is based off of the game that came first, but
it still looks a bit rough around the edges, and I get the idea it's gonna be locked at 30 FPS, but sure, if you really want the experience on the go and don't have a Steam Deck, I guess it's for the better.
Part of me wonders if they really should have just saved this for the Switch successor, but...
It really depends, well, in this case it depends on Sega, what they want.
That is true, that's probably the case with a lot of these partner games anyway.
Fun fact, if you have Kiwami 2 on Steam, I generally recommend the Silly mod. It's a mod that, while it maintains the same kind of stories, revamps a bit so we take down finishers and some of the, story execution to be, as the title says, a bit more silly.
Beautiful.
Another October game, woo!
Holy cow, October's gonna be chock full.
Thank you for watching.
Okay, I guess we're gonna have the recap. Okay, I guess I can close now.
Yeah, I guess that was the last thing. Since it's a partner one, they probably won't do the one last thing.
Well, I guess the Yakuza Kiwami was the last thing that they wanted to save.
I guess it's a nice enough thing to end on. So, yeah!
Well, also, from what I'm checking of the article, in the Japanese one, they did announce instead a remake of... Konami announced a remake of Tokimeki Memorial. So,
I did see that.
While we do get the parody dating sim, Japan gets a straight one. Damn. Alright then, final thoughts, I suppose.
I guess I'll go first in this time.
Go on.
Yeah, this was a fine direct. It's obviously not one of their super directs, but to be fair, they did warn us ahead of time that the partner showcase is not going to show off anything from the Switch successor, essentially, so... And you know what? I do get it. These are games definitely meant to help the Switch carry on until the successor comes. And I'd say for the most part it does that job fine enough. Starting with the indie section, yeah, Balatro, sure, that looks nice for a cards game. Neva is actually coming, which is more than can be said for something like Everwild. Moth Qubit, a bug office worker simulator. I mean, I'll be honest, I guess I can't say there's another game that makes me play as a bug stuck in a terrible working condition, so kudos for trying something new there. I might give that a try. Coffee Talk Tokyo doesn't exactly look like my cup of tea, no pun intended, but it looks fine. It looks like it serves its niche just fine. Sea of Stars, Froze of the Watchmaker DLC, that interests me. Power Wash Simulator Shrek Special Pack. Again, as somebody who wasn't aware even that Power Wash Simulator was an indie game, this actually did catch me off guard, but now knowing more about it thanks to Tio informing me, yeah, it looks nice and cute. And again, it's funny that this is some of the first Shrek media we've gotten, not counting Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, essentially. Like, Shrek stuff actually centered on Shrek after, shoot, I think legit after the 4th movie back in 2011. Jesus. Morsels.
I'm pretty sure there were some DreamWorks games where Shrek made an appearance in the meantime.
Probably, yeah. But, you know, for stuff focusing on Shrek, well, okay, maybe it's technically not him, but granted, if what I've seen of other aspects are in there, I guess he'll give you compliments for cleaning his swamp up well enough.
I guess.
Maybe. Morsels, again, maybe not my thing, but it looks fun. Date everything! Okay, so we've taken the dating game to its logical extreme, I see. I will definitely be keeping my eye on that game. It looks silly in all the right ways. God forbid they have you even date your house. I mean, granted, if you can date the game itself, maybe.
More surprised that they did not add the ultimate ego boost and have the developers being the last people you date.
Maybe they're the secret final boss. Like, you know, I'll say this. This is a game that feels like it's screaming for a Doki Doki crossover just to have Monica hack in stuff so that she's actually the one for it. Holy cow. Peglin. It looks cute and fine, I guess. Wobbly Life, like I said, it looks like Octodad if it were basically a world simulator for, like, you to do whatever, but you can't walk properly. Whoopsie! Pico Park looks nice. And then we went on to the montage. Shovel Knight Shovel of Hope DX. I'm honestly surprised that game wasn't already on the Switch, since I honestly thought Shovel Knight was already on there. But hey, you know, Shovel Knight.
Yes, this is basically the complete edition, Drova, which has all the DLCs included and has the extra stuff that they're adding now for this Ultimate Edition, like the new playable characters.
Like, shoot, guys, at this rate, why don't you just make those other campaigns for the other knights? Jesus. Still, though, looks nice. Europa looks nice. Kazimir, not really my thing, but again, looks fine. On Your Tail. Looks interesting, but yeah, Tio may have a point about where the priorities of the artist may have been with that one. Holy cow. Metal Slug Tactics, always good to see. The Plucky Squire, still holding up for that game. Looks interesting. And then they ended it with Pizza Tower. Yeah, that was a good game to end the indie section off with. Then we went to the main director partner showcase. They started off relatively small with a Tetris collection, Tetris Forever. Again, it has versions of Tetris that I haven't looked at, so maybe I might get it if it's priced well enough. Star Overdrive looks fine. Goat Simulator 3. Again, I'll admit, I was surprised that it's only now we've gotten to a Goat Simulator for free, but I guess that is probably just due to how much add-ons the original got. The Legends of Hero Trails in Sky the First. I'm aware of the series. I haven't gotten around to playing for it, but I definitely have my eyes on it, so this is good news for me. Star Wars Hunters, like Sheree said, looks nice and cute. Stalker Legends of the Zone Trilogy, again, it's a collection of a trio of games that I was not aware of before this, but it looks like it's sustaining things well enough. Worms Armageddon Anniversary Edition, it looks like a nice and trippy enough game that I could probably have some fun with. Disney Dreamlight Valley, it's a Gameloft game, alright. But you know, for those who are into the what if Disney met Animal Crossing sort of scenario, I'm sure this game is a-okay fine, essentially. SpongeBob SquarePants, the Patrick game. You know, again, it's funny that I was joking a lot about Life Sims games because, yeah, this one is legit a SpongeBob Life Sims game. The twist is you can do dumb stuff because you're playing as Patrick Star. Again, it looks like it's fun enough for what it does. I don't know if I'll pick it up, though. Fitness Boxing 3, your personal training. Yeah, it's a Nintendo exercise game. They usually do their jobs well. The Capcom Fighting Collection 2 was a nice surprise. Capcom really are firing on all cylinders. Which, speaking of which, they reminded us that Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics is a thing as well, too. The Alchemist of Memories and Envision Land, the latest in the Altair series, was another nice surprise. Suikoden 1 and 2, good for fans of those. Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake, I'm not too surprised that's coming to the Switch, I'd be more surprised if it didn't. Looks nice still. The Castlevania Dominus Collection looks like, again, another hearty Castlevania collection. That's one avenue that Konami seemed to be going down, basically re-releasing Castlevania stuff and more convenient to get collections. Sid Meier's Civilization 7. It's a Sid Meier's Civilization game. Nothing wrong with that. Tales of Grace's F Remastered. Another nice surprise. My Sims Cozy Bundle. Looks like it'll be fun for the kids. The FNAF Duel of Help Wanted 2 and Security Breach Ruin. That's nice. Disney Epic Mickey Rebrushed. Yeah, that remake's shaping up to be good. Tales of the Shire. I'm sure that Lord of the Rings game will have its audience, but that audience is not me. Just Dance 2025. Yes, it's that one franchise that I guess Ubisoft has managed not to screw up so far. Kudos. Funko Fusion. I've heard from people who have enjoyed the demo that Funko Fusion could be fun. Maybe I'll look into it, but I'm not a Funko fan, so I really don't have much incentive to get as interested in it. EA Sports. Yes, just a reminder that EA no longer have the FIFA license. And I don't really feel in the mood for supporting EA, let alone their sports games, so no thanks. Lego Horizon Adventures looks like it'll be a nice and well enough fun way to play a legit first-party PlayStation game on Nintendo Switch. Holy cow.
Well, apparently the Nintendo version is being soft-published by a minor company, apparently.
Funny how that stuff works. Rune Factory was a surprise, but it seems like it's Rune Factory's turn to now have its own farming and gardening simulator RPG. And we ended on Yakuza Kiwami. Good game, but I have to agree with T.O. Why did you not start with Zero? Sure, Zero is a prequel, but, well, Zero has more or less established itself as the perfect starting point now. Alas. Overall, it was a fine direct. Nothing amazing, but it did its job well. It carries the momentum for the console in its swan song years, shall we say. Who's next?
T.O.?
Yeah, I felt that was a pretty good direct overall for both halves. Like I said earlier, it's nice that the Switch is filling out the last couple of years of its life with remakes. It's a, good way to fill the void. Mm-hmm. And the remakes are generally pretty good. So, yeah. So from, from the beginning, I'm not a card game person, but all the collabs are neat. I really like the writing in Coffee Talk, so more of that is great for me. It's more my thing than anything. The one where you're a corporate shill. Yeah, sure, I'll get behind that. I work for Grisco.
Beautiful. Wait, didn't you kind of kill your boss in the third game, though?
Don't worry about it. Power Wash Simulator with Shrek. I mean, it makes sense. That place is gross, so...
Apparently so gross that even Shrek is willing to have it be cleaned.
I don't think he knows. I think he's out with the in-laws when this is happening, I imagine.
Oh boy.
The dungeon crawler, morsels, yeah. I usually prefer to play that kind of game with other people. So if it has co-op, then great. Otherwise, I really like the art for it. It's very goopy and gross in like a way that appeals to me. So yeah, I can get behind that. Date everything. Definitely getting behind that. It's so silly, and yeah, it's just goofy, and as Jova said, you know, all the right ways. Let's see. Pico Park, also a game that I could play like either by myself or with other people. I like a lot of puzzle games generally. We've seen, was it On Your Tail?
Yes.
I think so.
We've seen that one before.
Have we?
It's like a mystery type thing. Yeah, I don't know if it was showed at one of the summer showcases, not necessarily for Nintendo, but like any of the others. But yeah, you do the directors though. But we saw that. And Pizza Tower on Switch finally. Glad more people get to get their mitts on that.
Mm-hmm.
Hollow Knight fans still starving in a ditch somewhere.
Oh shoot, that's right. Silksong didn't show up again. I'm not even.
It will eventually.
Being a Silksong fan is suffering.
As a Kingdom Hearts fan, I say you can do this.
Oh, trust me, Sherry. I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan too, and I'll just say this: I do give out my condolences to the Hollow Knight fan base.
They can get through it. They'll be fine.
God forbid it actually turned out to be a longer wait than Kingdom Hearts 3.
Let's not manifest that. Okay. But for the partner showcase, more Tetris, fine by me. Very easily lose a lot of my life to that. Let's see. The Lego Horizon game, I don't know if I'll get that. Maybe potentially if it goes on sale. Because I do like the humor in the Lego games. A lot of the time, it's just silly.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What else? The Patrick game, not really for me specifically, but I know a lot of people who will get a kick out of that, so that's great.
Mm-hmm.
I've never played any of them myself, but the you can't really go wrong with Switch fitness games.
Mm-hmm.
Rune Factory. I said before, I do want to try one of those games, so that'll be fun to look into maybe. It's always been a farming game to an extent, but I don't know how grand the stories usually are in this type of thing. So I'll have to see about that. Tales of Grace's F, I do have it on the PS3, but the chance of me digging that out is almost close to zero. So I'll probably get the Switch version if it runs well, because I don't mind getting games on Switch, even if I know they're going to run worse, but I haven't heard the best things about some of the Tales of remakes.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to see. More FNAF is more FNAF. And I'm going to bring up Yakuza, and that's probably kind of unexpected, because every time I see anything of that series, like this is the first time I've seen a proper trailer for one of the games, at least like in recent memory. That series, every time I see something from it, I get such tonal whiplash with each thing I see. What is this series actually about?
I'm gonna use the meme line. Yakuza is supposed to be a serious crime drama.
Okay, I feel
really, because that is not the impression I get half the time.
It just happens, but in between the cutscene, you do anything. You know, you wanna go play pool, you do it. You wanna play RC cars, you can do it. Wanna win a chicken in a bowling contest, you can do it.
Something baka mitai.
Yeah, wanna go to the Sega arcade, or or use yourself in trying to play mahjong, but you don't know the rules and you're crying yourself to death. You can do that.
And you can drink your sorrows away while singing karaoke, of course, too.
Yes.
Right.
Sure. The best way to describe Yakuza in tone is like, it feels like Sega's answer to the Metal Gear Solid series. The stories are serious and take themselves seriously. Well, occasionally, and by occasionally I mean very so often, hosting some of the most silly things you will ever see in a narrative.
Basically, again, the main story is 100% committed to, being a serious crime drama about mafia, but the gameplay structure is a beat 'em up in order to be fun, an evolution of stuff like Shenmue and Streets of Rage, so you can use the environment or having, brutal finishers, kind of like also in a Batman game of recent times. And both the side quest and the mini games are where the silly stuff, instead happens, where more outlandish, things can happen, and it's just genuinely accepted because the whole experience is just that fun.
The duality, I guess.
And then there's all the shenanigans Majima gets up to.
He's kind of his own kind of beings, but it's also worth noting also about all the PR bullshit statement that the people behind the games constantly said all the times. Like, for example, the protagonist, Kazuma Kiryu, never killed anyone, even though the finishers are very brutal and you can literally stab people, so how can they survive that?
Tio. The takedowns were all rubber.
Sure, let's go with that. But it's also part of the fun, basically. Let's just say, if you play those games, you kind of get to start to understand what the fun is. And like Jova said, and me have said, Zero probably was a better kind of starting point. So, we probably should start with that.
Like, don't get me wrong,
that's it from me for my thoughts, by the way.
Okay,
cool. All right, then, Tio, cap us off.
Yeah, I'll conclude. Again, I don't have much to say because singularly, each of these games are technically fine overall, but as a general thought that I've seen, you can kind of tell that the Switch is on its last kind of legs because the ports that it's receiving recently, aside of very specific ones, tend to be on low settings and still with not very optimal performances. Like, sure, if you're really a dedicated Switch fan with not a powerful PC and you want things to go and you don't want to spend money for a Steam Deck, I guess this is a viable alternative to you. But my reasoning is maybe conserve your money to spend into something a bit more powerful, like you owe that to yourself.
Or heck, even the Switch successor, which shouldn't be like, yeah, you may have to wait.
Here's hoping, that's the thing. Here's hoping. Not much to say about the indie stuff because I mentioned these when other than what I just said. Aside from what I also said during the actual direct, I'm fine with a lot of these, like the bilateral, crossover, for example, and like I said, I've been playing Power Wars Simulator for a very long while, and foreshadowing for the channel, relatively soon, hopefully, you'll be able to see the Final Fantasy VII theme content from it. I'm planning something about it. So there is that. Date everything is, kind of fine, but I kind of get the idea that, we're kind of missing something. As in, these days, we're kind of tending to be more on the wacky side for dating sims rather than, playing straight ones. I keep me reminded of, what was it called? Dream Daddy, I think, which came out a couple of years ago, which was still a bit silly, but still played itself, relatively straight enough for it to be a convincing dating sim. Well, this one definitely seems to be more on the parody side, more on the, aren't we so wacky, kind of like, a bit like the on-the-nose stuff that we've seen, stuff like Total Boyfriend or Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm sure it's going to be a fine game overall, but the announcement at the same time for the Japanese direct about Tokimeki Memorial kind of makes me wish that we got also that, but that's up to Konami, admittedly.
Yeah, I'm seeing people begging for that to be in English already.
Wow, that didn't take
Another
long.
thing that was showcased in the Japanese Direct that I want to bring up that we haven't mentioned is a rhythm game themed around Disney called Disney Music Parade Encore, which is coming later in Asia with English language, so it's one of those cases of import from that. Which, you know, if you love Disney songs and you love rhythm games, this seems to be enough for you because it has a fuck ton of stuff from almost their main catalog. So that's pretty cool, pretty cool if you like that. But that's mostly that for the indie stuff. Again, I'm happy that Pizza Tower is finally getting on Switch, and it's another testament of the fact that, you know, if Nintendo is really not wanting to make a new Wario Land game, you know, people will. Both this and Anton Blast, which is supposedly coming very soon. So there is that. As for the third-party stuff, like I said, even there's not much to say for the most part. I'm a bit surprised by the Worms Armageddon re-release. I could swear it had already been re-released, but I guess not. Patrick Star getting its own game is kind of unique, I guess. And apparently, from what I'm checking here, it's not handled by Purple Lamp and THQ Nordic, so I guess it's a case where Nickelodeon had the assets that they could ask for another, you know, team to use.
I guess it makes sense. This looks like the kind of game where you could just say, hey, here are the assets, make them interactable. And that's more or less it.
But other than that, the things that stood out to me that I want to mention are the Capcom Fighting Collection 2, which, like I said, it's very important, combined also with Collection 1, you know, it still provides a good meaty type of, you know, fighting game, you know, repertoire. And technically also with the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Game Collection. Combined also with the Capcom vs. SNK game that got released recently, there isn't that much that Capcom is missing to release from the fighting games. Probably, again, like I said, the first Rival School and the first Star Gladiator, and also stuff, I guess, like Tech Romancer and properly the Darkstalkers game, since it's been a while since the last collection. And I don't think it's on, you know, all our modern platforms. But I'm guessing those will be next. And I guess we'll get a fighting collection free. Because, like I said, there's still stuff missing. Also, for example, Saturday Night Slammer, if I recall correctly, which is a spin-off of Street Fighter. So again, it's still very solid, and who knows what the future awaits on that. But it's still pretty cool. Suikoden 1 and 2, which I was looking forward for a very long time. So it's still going to have to wait a bit because it's March next year. But again, the idea is going to be worth the wait. The Castlevania Dominus collection for the DS titles. It's still a bit of a shame that the Symphony of the Night collection is still stuck on only the PS4. You know, for some reason, Konami is not porting that one yet to PC and other consoles for some reason. Weird. I was hoping they will do it. But other than that, yeah, the only games that they're really missing right now are just the 3D ones. So I guess those will be the next. So Lament of Innocence, Curse of Darkness 64, and Legacy of Darkness. You know, we'll have to see. And finally, Tales of Grace's F. Like I said, I was expecting more Xillia. Because the other one was leaked. But again, this one is still relatively important. I really wish Namco would be a bit less greedy and release these in packages like they did with, Baten Kaitos. But again, I'll take what I can get because, again, the Tales of franchise has been languishing for a while, especially with the re-releases, so I'll take every scrap of what we can actually collect. But that's kind of it. I could mention a bit about the Yakuza Kiwami, but I already did for the actual Direct. I said everything that I needed to. So that's it. So I wonder if Nintendo will actually have a proper Instant Direct for first-party titles in September, because usually they had it the previous couple of years, but having one for these third parties and indies, right now, just feels a bit odd. We'll have to see what happens. So in case, see you for that.
See you then.